Sean.
Mike?
What is this? A crossover episode? Yowza, yowza, bobowza. I almost forgot the yowza, yowza, bobowza.
I almost said suck a dick, dumb shits.
No, that's the end of
Which is the end of the episode.
We have to end the show. We have to end the show now.
Oh, well, that one's just for Fabio. There
you go.
That 10 seconds.
Welcome, everybody, to What Is This? A crossover episode. The BoJack Horseman podcast starring the Squid Boys, Sean and I. I'm Mike.
I'm Sean.
And we are, like I said, the Squid Boys.
We are the Squid Boys.
And
Squid Boys!
It's probably been, how long since we recorded episode 5 of this season?
I don't know. I can look at my files, though.
It's been months.
BoJack Season 4, Episode 5 was... Okay, you know what? It hasn't been as long as I thought it was. It was in May. May 1st.
Oh. It's almost August, but sure.
I was thinking like February or January.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Anyway, we're here today covering episode 6 of season 4. Stupid Piece of Shit is the name of the episode.
Yeah, tell me how you really feel.
9.2 on IMDb out of 10. I'm very fond of this episode. I have multiple times said it's my favorite. But one thing you have to know about me is anytime I say something's my favorite, what I really mean is like it's like top 3 to 5, right?
Okay.
Depending on the day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I do really, really, really like this episode.
Yeah.
It got a 9.2, like I said. So let's see what our good friend Edvis said about this episode. Edvis said 9 out of 10. And he says, pretty sad episode. And also really good showing how BoJack feels inside every day. Or I'm sorry, I fucked it up.
Okay.
It's such bad English that I fucked it up.
Yeah.
Pretty sad episode. And also really good showing how BoJack feels every day inside.
Yeah.
Thank you,
At the
Edvis.
end, when we finish the whole show, we're gonna Edvis is gonna send an email and be like, English is my second language, you fucks. Just like
and I'm gonna go, no shit, buddy.
Oh no.
Tell me something I don't know.
Oh no. Oh no.
All right, let's get the other horrible part of the episode out of the way. This episode aired on September 8th, 2017. And here's what happened on that day.
Okay.
Catherine Hardy Lavender, American 4 times 100 meter runner, won the Olympic gold in 1952, dies at 87.
Okay.
Don Williams, American country singer known for the song I Believe in You, dies from emphysema at 78.
Ooh, that's tough.
Isabel Daniels, American sprinter, won the bronze in 56, dies at 80.
A lot of deaths for winners, I guess.
Yeah. Pierre Berger, French industrialist and co-founder of Yves Saint Laurent Culture House, dies at 86.
Lots of death.
Yeah, that's the only notable news. But on the music charts, the
Okay.
number one song in America was Despacito.
Ah, yes.
The classic song that people would always say, Alexa, play Despacito.
Yeah. Hopefully you
And
deactivated somebody's Alexa.
Alexa, play Despacito. Siri, play Despacito. Xbox, on. Oh my God, my Siri is trying. Wait a minute. Wait. My phone started playing Despacito, and then the Xbox app opened on my phone and is trying to sign in.
That's crazy.
I cursed myself.
Dude, that's like
Siri,
that's
shut
karma.
up.
That's karma.
See, it won't let me out. It's like Oh my God, Xbox, please go away. Okay, stop playing Despacito. Where are you playing this from? I just closed out all my apps. Okay, all right. Well, that was.
I forgot about Xbox
bigger,
On.
That was one of the bigger backfires in the history of everything.
Yeah. Everything.
Since this day, September 8th, is 3 days before
a
very well-known day. I have a story for you about 9/11.
All right, let's hear it.
Can I tell you?
Yeah, no, I did just say, let's hear it.
Yeah, but I started saying that before you said, let's hear it.
Okay, well, let's hear it.
I'm very tired and my reaction time is a little slow. So,
don't worry. It's okay. It's okay.
So I've been doing job interviews at my job to hire people.
Yeah.
And I interviewed this woman who we were just talking to, shooting the shit about, personal stuff. And I was like, she was saying that fall is her favorite season because that's when her birthday is. I asked the silly question of, oh, when's your birthday? And she, without skipping a beat, goes, 9/11.
She doesn't say September 11th?
No, she said 9/11. And you know me, I am a big fan of 9/11 jokes. And so I'm trying to maintain a veil of professionalism.
Yeah.
And I kind of, kind of had a moment there. Didn't make any noise, but it just and she could tell, I think, because she said, it's okay, I was born first. And I said, you were, in fact, born first. That is correct. Thank you. Pretty insane thing to say to me in a job interview.
That's so insane.
Yeah. Anyway, I hired her. So.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah. Hopefully she never listens to this podcast.
Yeah. Very few people do.
That's true. That's actually, there's like 4 people in our Discord that are really mad that we haven't done this season yet, and they are the only 4 people in the world that listen to this podcast.
Yeah. And you know what?
Anyway,
I do it for them every day. Except for Fabio.
That's true. Wait, you wouldn't do it for Fabio?
I wouldn't do it for Fabio.
MDA award winner Fabio the Iguana?
Yeah, he's won enough.
Okay, fair. Anyway, let's get in this episode. Sean, what are your overall thoughts on Stupid Piece of Shit?
I think I really liked it. However, incredibly difficult watch.
It's a tough episode.
It might just be also the headspace I'm in right now. But wow, yeah. That was I wrote down in my notes when it cut to Todd for the first time, God, please, Todd, give me something a little lighter.
Yeah, it's
I need this to lighten up a bit, please. This is a difficult watch.
What I like about this episode, because you're right, it is actually a very difficult watch, which BoJack sometimes throws at you.
Yeah.
But what I like about it is it's just a very unflinching look at how a lot of people go through every day.
Yeah, it's insane. It's
you know what I mean?
It's so well done.
It feels I don't wake up every morning calling myself a stupid piece of shit. But there are mornings where I wake up calling myself a stupid piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I think anybody who's being honest with themselves has experienced this. Maybe not to the level that BoJack Horseman does, because he's got a lot of skeletons in his closet and a lot of things he's beating himself up for and a lot of behavior that he just can't seem to shake. But I think it's such a one of the reasons this is my favorite episode is because I think it just does such a great job of manifesting how that works for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think the thing that was most resonant for me, that I thought was interesting about this episode is something that when I was in therapy, I really struggled with trying to figure out how to overcome, and I didn't overcome it, but don't worry about that. Was the with us getting Bojack's inner monologue, he knows everything that he's doing is wrong.
Yeah.
You know, like we get the running inner monologue of like constantly throughout the episode, he's like, don't do this thing. Don't do this thing. Don't do this thing. And then does the thing. Or, no, they don't think that. No, they don't think that. But they think that. They think that. They think like, and just like, like I, at least my own personal experience, had a therapist that took the approach of trying to be like, yeah, but like the things you are, you know, let's talk about how the things you're thinking are wrong or whatever, right? And it was like, no, I get it. Like, I know, you know, it's not, I understand that the thoughts are wrong, but they still exist, right? And I think that's something that this episode does very well. Or you still just fuck it up, regardless, you know?
And then, you know, the cycle continues because you're really hard on yourself when you're, you know, when you fuck it up, right?
Yeah.
And, I'll agree with you that this probably isn't my favorite episode to watch, but if I was saying, hey, this is what is the most effective episode of BoJack Horseman? And that might not even be true, but for me, what's the one that's like, you'd put this in the museum? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's definitely like a top 5. Like there's, and you know, even beyond the BoJack stuff, there's some really good stuff. The one of the early Todd scenes I thought I was really surprised by the direction that they took it in. And I really liked it.
They often are celebrated for also another thing they portray well is portraying someone who is, you know, asexual.
Yeah.
And they do this really clever thing early on where, especially back in 2017, I don't know how informed people were about being asexual, and I think there was that like, hey, asexual people don't get married, or they're not romantic, or that, right? And they do this clever thing where they teach Todd that, right?
Yeah.
So
because
it's like it's not
very much his journey too, right? Now is learning, you know, what that means.
Right. And, you know, this story continues to grow as the season goes on, and they do very well with it. But this is like one of the early moments where you go, oh, they're taking this seriously. It's not just a bit. You know, they're trying to represent asexual people in a way that's real. And this show often does that, right? I don't think it's it rarely tries to beat up a group of people, except maybe like Scientologists. Or
I mean, I don't think it punches down, right? Is the
right.
I think that's a big discussion right now in comedic spaces, I guess. I don't know. Maybe more people are starting to get on the same page, and it was more a big discussion a couple years ago. But the idea of like, like you could, you know, make the jokes you want to make. Maybe don't punch down, like, you know,
right.
Punching down doesn't always, if you do it and you get pushback, you punch down, you know? I think that's something that this show does very well. The last like big thing that I want to talk about before we like, you know, dive into the minutia of the episode is I really enjoy whenever this show switches animation styles. And so I really liked
that's
whenever
a huge part of why it's that's, you know, not what I see when I have these like parts where I'm self-doubting or talking down to myself in my head, right? But like they still do an animation style, but like make it garbled like a lot of people's brains are, right? And it's that's part of it, right? It's a huge part of it. And I think, you know, we're going to get in the episode here, but I think a clever thing they do is that he has these inner monologues, they do this different animation style. But then instead of us just hearing his inner monologue when that happens, you hear it when in real time when he's arguing with Hollyhock or his mother, or, you know, and they don't cut to like a different animation style. They just do it for these little rants he does, and it's just really clever. And it, there's one where there's multiple times where this happens, but one that really stuck with me was he's getting upset because Beatrice is treating the doll like a good mother, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, where the hell was this when I was a kid?
Yeah.
And, he says to Hollyhock, she's tricking you, Hollyhock. This is not what she's really like. And Hollyhock is like, I don't actually care, right? Whatever beef you have with your mom, that's just a sweet, confused old lady. And Bojack in the inner monologue goes, Bojack goes, she's right. And then he instantly goes, you're wrong. She's in there. She knows exactly what she's doing.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, that's so real. You know what I mean? Because I have many times in my life been told, hey, you're overreacting on this. And in my head, I go, oh, that person's right. But the next thing that comes out of my mouth isn't what I'm thinking. It's not me agreeing with them, even though if I was sitting there and being rational about it and thinking about it before opening my mouth, they absolutely are right?
Yeah.
It's like you were saying with your therapist. It's like, those aren't real, right? And it's like, yeah, I know these thoughts are lies, but it doesn't matter. They're still there.
Yeah.
And they still affect how I think and how I act.
Yeah. It was. It's. I don't know if there's another thought I was having that I don't know if it's really something, but I also thought it felt like that animation style popped up more when it had to do with something related to Bojack's childhood trauma. And I feel like there's a kind of childish nature to the art, if you get what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, and what's also really good about it too is it doesn't just be like you're a stupid piece of shit, you're a stupid piece of shit. Like it does that.
Yeah.
But it's also like suddenly Susan, so it veers off into how brains work, where you get sidetracked and you spiral into different things that aren't even about what you were thinking about, right?
Yeah.
And it's
and the speed, right?
It's just with
which the thoughts just jumble.
Yeah. Well, and it's like he goes from why don't you fall in the traffic? Oh, now you only the greats die young. Why would you be able to die young? It's just
oh, now you think you're old or young or whatever.
You think you're young suddenly?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just I don't know, man. I can't say enough good things about this episode and how they handle this. And it's just I don't know. I just really enjoy it, and I really not enjoy it in a nice way, but enjoy the artistic quality of it.
Well, I think it's another thing about it that's really cool is that it's very much not what I was expecting the next episode to be.
Yeah.
I just, we can kind of talk more about it as when we, talk more specifically, but it just very much was not where I was expecting this story to go.
Yeah, should we go through it in the different, there's two main plots here.
Yeah, let's talk about Todd first, and then let's talk about Bojack Horseman.
So Todd is still with Courtney Portnoy.
Yes.
Despite the failings of last episode and Mistaken being a failure. And Todd says something that made me laugh super hard upon rewatch that I forgot about. Because Princess Carolyn goes, well, if it isn't my favorite client, Courtney Portnoy, and another client, Todd. And he goes, it's always nice to be included in a sentence someone says.
Yeah, I love that.
It's classic Todd.
Poor Amy Sedaris. Holy shit.
Dude, I told you they do this to her.
God.
They torture her.
They're torturing her. I was like, this feels like it's against some sort of Geneva Convention. This feels... This feels...
The court reporter sported jorts and jet-setting jorts sporting court reporter story.
Yeah, just fucking insane.
But what we get is she says she needed to change representation because of the failure, and she's like, no, I didn't fire my manager. I fired my agents, and I have a new agent, and it's the return of Ben Schwartz as Rutabaga Rabinowitz.
I missed him.
She even says, I think you'll fall in love with my new agent, which is a bit of a hint. Yeah. And I love Ben Schwartz.
Me too.
If Ben Schwartz has 0 fans, I am dead and buried in the ground.
Yeah.
And he's really great in the show as Rutabaga. One of my favorite things about the animation with him is when he has a good idea and his ears raise up.
Yeah,
it's funny.
I think that's fun, and then I like how he slicks the ears back.
Yeah, he slicks it back because he's like an agent, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, he's got the earpiece in.
Yeah,
yeah.
I love.
He does like this full court press joke, and Princess Carolyn writes a 2 on the notepad.
Yeah.
It's like, that's worth a 2. That's worth a 2 for sure.
That's a good visual gag. I like Princess Carolyn's line of like, I think what we've learned is agents are replaceable and managers are forever. Just like,
So his plan to follow this up is to have a big celebrity wedding.
Yeah.
And have it this weekend because that is the movie drops the next week.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, we can make this work. But they do this funny joke where he goes, I think it's actually the manager of the bride who organizes the wedding, not the agent. You know, just a funny wedding joke there.
Yeah. At this point, I was a little concerned about the Todd plotline for the episode.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure where it was going. I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be into this. But the next scene, I think, took it in the direction that I really like.
Todd kind of objects to it initially, but they go, hey, we'll just drop a sham Hollywood marriage contract, 3 years. And he's like, and you get a big payday. And he's like, okay, you know, because Todd tends to go along with what people ask him to do in most cases. Next scene with Todd, we cut to our favorite Italian restaurant, and there's an asexual meetup. And he tells his asexual friends that, hey, I'm getting married this weekend. And he's like, this is where they do like the exposition of people who are ace can get married, like, and they can
just
be
because
romantic
you're ace doesn't mean that you like don't fall in love. You know, like that's.
And they had a nautical themed wedding, and Todd's
I love
really
how
stuck
caught
on
he
that.
is. I love how caught up he is on the fucking nautical themed wedding. I think that's so funny.
Yeah, you're getting really hung up on the boats thing. And so they're like, hey, it's cool. If you found someone who accepts you for your heart, for who you are, you should go for it. And he goes, I will. I am. Because he doesn't want to marry her. You know, it's just a Hollywood sham.
Yeah.
A wrench gets thrown in the plans. Princess Carolyn and Rutabaga they're getting a Stranger Things kid for the ring bearer.
Yeah.
And, getting all these plans together. And Meryl Streep.
I have terrible news.
It's Meryl Streep. Did Meryl Streep die?
I have those moments so often. You know, so often where I open like Twitter or something, it's like Mark Hamill. You know, you're like,
oh.
You're like, no, God, no, please, not Luke Skywalker, not yet. You know, like
the purple wiggle.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. The purple wiggle.
It's not even his name. It just says the purple wiggle.
The purple wiggle. So she wants to do her retirement on the day of the wedding, so this is going to ruin it. But then they come up with a plan to have her direct herself in, I quote, a Nutty Professor to the Clumps situation, which is just such a funny line and such a lame thing. But that's the plan they come up with, and they don't think Meryl Streep can turn it down.
You know, I make so many jokes about the Nutty Professor because I think it's a very funny name. I've never seen that movie, and I have no idea what it's about.
Ooh, okay. So let me pause here and let me. I've not seen Nutty Professor 2, The Clumps.
Okay.
Which they're referencing, but the first Nutty Professor, Eddie Murphy in a fat suit.
Okay. Yeah.
And he is a kind, brilliant professor at a college, but he just gets walked all over because he's fat.
Okay.
Right? Doesn't have any luck with women, even though they all think they're like, you're like a brother to me, like, you know.
Yeah.
And he comes up with this weight loss serum.
Okay.
That after going to a comedy club and getting berated by Dave Chappelle for being fat, he goes and creates this serum that he'd been working on already and testing on rats and stuff, and decides to test it on himself.
Okay.
And it's a Jekyll and Hyde situation because then he just turns into regular Eddie Murphy. And he's like the man, but he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Like that's
okay.
the side effect.
Okay.
So
okay.
it's kind of like Spider-Man and Black Suit Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Like that's the whole movie though.
Yeah.
And then he'll wake up the next morning with like women all over him, but he's fat. Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
And so there's a scene in the movie where there's this colleague he likes who's like very beautiful, and he thinks he might have a chance with her, but then she goes out on a date with Skinny him, but then he's such an asshole that she doesn't like him.
Okay.
But at one point he brings her to dinner at his family's house.
Okay.
And everybody at the dinner table besides her is played by Eddie Murphy in a fat suit.
Oh, okay.
So he's the mom, he's the dad.
Yeah,
I think maybe there's like a teenager that he doesn't play who's just like a fat kid.
Okay.
But they're all very large. He plays like the uncle. The uncle farts a bunch. Like it's very. And I imagine Nutty Professor too, the Clumps, because that's his last name's Clump. Okay. And I imagine that movie's just strictly about his family, which is why they call it a Clump situation, because he like plays everybody in that movie.
Well, this is the poster I just found. I don't know if you want to throw it up on the video, but yeah, that seems to be about what that movie's about.
Yeah. These are literally the characters he sits at the table with. Grandma, the grandpa, uncle, like it's just all Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
And it's like if when making Austin Powers, Mike Myers decided, okay, I'm going to be Austin Powers, Dr. Evil, Fat Bastard, Gold Member, number 2, Frau, a lot of vagina. Like if he just decided he was going to be everybody. I mean, he pushes it in Gold Member, right? Because in Gold Member, I think he's 4 different characters, but he's also Mini-Me, right? And that's what someone let Eddie Murphy cook, and they shouldn't have. I will tell you, I've seen The Nutty Professor, the original one, way more than I should have, because it was
interesting.
A movie that for whatever reason at my house was watched a lot.
Yeah, for some reason, just the name is so funny that I don't know. I use it as a punchline. I use like, oh, that's Nutty Professor as a punchline because I have a bad sense of humor, you know?
No, I like that.
I don't. I had no idea what it was about until just now.
All of our horsemen and women out there, start using that. Yo, that's Nutty Professor. I think we should coin that. That's good.
Right? See, I like it.
Yeah. But it's quite a movie, quite an ego project for Eddie Murphy. They let him cook, and they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's been Mike's Pop Culture Corner, where I explain things that Sean doesn't understand. Because I'm old and he's not.
Yeah, I think that's an important part of the podcast, though, too. You know,
it truly is.
Yeah,
it truly is. Anyway, back to Todd's story. Todd goes to Mr. Peanut Butter's house, and Diane is on the roof talking to her friend. I want to say Amy. I don't remember her name. But he has a friend named Darnarius McQuimberton. Who
I know Darnarius.
She's heard of. She read an article about him in Real Not Made Up Person magazine.
Yeah.
And so he gets advice from Diane about like, hey, I'm supposed to get married, but I don't know. It's a lie. And she's like, well, all marriages are lies.
That line was fucking crazy, by the way.
Yeah.
All weddings are lies. I was like, oh my God.
Well, I mean, but at a certain point, she's kind of right, because it's like, you're like, you're saying that you're going to be with this person forever. You don't know, like, well, I don't know what divorce numbers are these days, but they're pretty high, Yeah,
but no, like what she's saying definitely makes, quote unquote sense, but it's just, we know that she's going through a very difficult time in her relationship right now. And so it just feels like she's expressing some thoughts that maybe she wouldn't normally put out there.
Yeah. And she fails to help her friend with her advice, but she goes, wow, I'm a great friend. I gave Todd great advice.
Yeah.
And she's just kind of like, okay. Rutabaga lays out the script in a box with a stick.
This is a fucking insane joke. This is such a crazy joke.
if she goes to look at and the box falls on her, she's signed in to take the movie. He's in a garden where there are all kinds of like grass art of Meryl Streep. Like that's what they're trying to say is that's her garden. They don't ever show Meryl Streep, which I think is funny, but they show these like grass like art of her, which it's why not just show Meryl Streep?
And you like hear vague noises that are presumably supposed to be her.
Yeah. So then later in the episode, they think they have this solved. They got Meryl Streep to take this movie, blah, blah, blah. And Todd calls, and he's hanging out in the fracking area of Mr. Peanut Butter's yard. And he, because of Diane's advice and the Tootsie Pop he's eating, he decides he doesn't want to lie about being married because there's not a kernel of truth in the middle of it. And he goes, it would be like a Tootsie Pop with just the lollipop part, not the Tootsie Roll part. And Rutabaga's like, so lollipop, that's still pretty good, right? And he's like, well, it's a bad analogy, but I don't want to lie about being married.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, well, dang. And Princess Carolyn immediately goes back into work mode, like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And he's just like, hey, man, I clock out at 6. I got kids to take care of, And so, again, demonstrating that Princess Carolyn is poor at work-life balance.
Yeah.
Where some of these other people, whether it's Rutabaga or
her assistant
Vanessa Gecko,
yes.
Like, hey, these people have this work-life balance figured out, and she won't. But there's a nice moment between her and Judah where, because Rutabaga says to her on his way out, man, it's a good thing you're not a mom. You'd be hilarious. And he goes, hey, for the record, I think you'd be a great mom because you care about people. And she's like, oh, you don't have to say that. And he goes, I don't say things I don't mean, And so then at the end, she pulls out a pregnancy test, which says pregnant and smiles. And then Meryl Streep's still in the box next to her, which we don't realize until that moment of the scene.
It's so fucking funny, dude.
Right, it just starts shaking, and you're like, "Oh, Meryl Streep's in there."
That joke is so funny to me. I don't know, the like captured in a contract joke, like
right. Like she has to do it. It's almost like the groundhog on Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
If he sees a shadow and goes back in, we have more winter ahead.
Yeah.
All right, so the main plot of the episode, is BoJack dealing with his own mind.
Yeah,
and also
fighting
his mother.
His never-ending war against himself.
And his mother.
Yeah. Which is a very, as of this point, one-sided battle.
Yes, because she is very much exhibiting dementia symptoms.
Yeah.
And is not a, someone who she still thinks BoJack's Henrietta.
Yeah. I mean, it's like we mentioned earlier, kind of offhandedly, like, BoJack says something to Hollyhock of like, she's just deceiving you. She's this like, blah, 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 evil woman. And she's like, no, that woman isn't there, like.
Right.
This woman you're talking about isn't home, like this is something different.
BoJack is asked to go get milk for the baby that doesn't exist because in her dementia-like state, she imagines there's a baby. And so Hollyhock wants to go get milk with the car, but he's like, no, you can't let her take the car because she has grubby little hands. Well, she's not grubby. She's your daughter. You're the one who's a piece of shit. Like, it's just spiraling instantly. But then he decides, hey, if she takes the car, you're trapped here with your mom, and you don't want that. So you should go get the milk.
Yeah.
And so, but if you leave, then she could tell that your mom could tell things about you and poison your daughter against you. Is that what you want? So he's just like, he can't figure this out in a meaningful way, and he ends up leaving to get the milk, but instead he just goes to the bar and gets drunk all day and then comes back without the milk. And that's where the episode kind of starts, and you're a stupid piece of shit, because he can't, wakes up the next day and he's back to being, self-depreciating. And Beatrice says something here that I wanted to point out for no real reason other than foreshadowing.
Oh, okay.
But she says, Henrietta, you should make a healthy breakfast for the baby. And he's like, that's enough from you. And she rolls back in and goes, "No one loves a fatty patty."
Oh.
And so that's just something I want you to. Beatrice acts a certain way.
Yeah.
Through these next couple episodes, and says certain things, and I just want you to pay attention to that.
Okay, I will.
So he leaves again, and he's just sitting on Mulholland Drive, and he's again beating himself up about it. And then this guy goes by and goes, "Use the shoulder, asshole!" And he goes, "That guy gets it."
Which I liked that.
Yeah. We cut back to Bojack's house later, and there is a baby doll. And Bojack can't believe that his mom likes the baby. He says, was the baby dipped in scotch or cigarettes or regressive ideas about immigrants?
That was a classic Bojack line. That was
a classic Bojack line. And he's like, "You shouldn't indulge your delusions. It's not right." And he's like, and Hollyhock's like, "You seem really down and you're never around anymore." And it was getting depressing. And he goes, "That's why I made this pillowcase." And he has a smiley face pillowcase that he puts over her head. And the bear nurse does not like it.
Yeah, the bear nurse is, understandably not crazy about old Bojack.
Yeah. So the next scene is where Bojack kind of loses it because Hollyhock calls Beatrice a good mother, and he's like, "Don't say that." And he's like, "Am I jealous of this baby? Like, what the hell, Yeah. And then he gets into it with her and grabs the baby, and if I just leave it in the room all day without changing it, I'd be Mother of the Year, right? What if for 18 years straight I tell how worthless it is every day and how it embarrasses me and how my life would be better if I was never born? Would that be a good idea? Probably, right? And she says another thing that's interesting, Sean.
Yeah.
"Give me the baby back, you worthless waste of my husband's jism."
Oh.
And he goes, "Oh, so you do know who I am." Right?
Yeah. Okay.
And then the next line is, "Govern yourself, Henrietta." So it's almost like she snapped into knowing who he was and snapped right back out of it, right?
Yeah. I'm following the breadcrumbs of this storyline.
There's some breadcrumbs here, Sean.
I'm seated,
I'll tell you, she is exhibiting huge dementia symptoms and is not in her right mind. But there's things going on here.
I'm sure. Yeah.
So Bojack throws the baby over the edge, and this made me cackle out loud because his inner thought, instead of being like, "Wow, you idiot," he goes, "Nice arm." Like that's his inner thought at that moment is, "Wow, nice arm." Yeah. And so Beatrice is sobbing, Hollyhock's upset, and that's when he starts beating himself up again. "You goddamn stupid piece of shit asshole."
Yeah.
And he goes to the bar again, and he has another inner monologue, and he's like, "How can you fix this?" Princess Carolyn, no. Todd, no. Diane, yes. But he has not seen Diane since returning back from Michigan. So he shows up at Mr. Peanut Butter's house, which is in full campaign mode for the governorship of California. Mr. Peanut Butter's really on one here.
Yeah,
he goes, "What is this, a Will.I.am style celebrity endorsement video?"
Yeah.
And then my favorite one is, "Call me Eddie Money because I'm going to take you home tonight." And Bojack points out Eddie Money is not the one taking the person home tonight. So I would be Eddie Money in this situation. But he is drunk. He doesn't end up seeing Diane because Mr. Peanut Butter takes care of him here. And
which
they go back
think is so cool. I really like where this goes because I feel like their dynamic has almost taken a back seat. Yeah. I'm very, I always like getting more of Mr. Peanut Butter and Bojack.
Mr. Peanut Butter thinks Bojack is his best friend.
Yes.
And Bojack does not feel that way at all.
No.
But when we get a little bit of his monologue here, especially when they go to the bar where he's like, "This guy's dumb as hell, but even he knows you're a piece of shit." Even, you get this where you can see how maybe there's some jealousy with Mr. Peanut Butter where he acts, prickly about it.
Yeah.
And then you also get like Mr. Peanut Butter at the bar. He says something like, Bojack says, "I'm just going to Bojack it up again." And he goes, "What, be the life of the party?" He doesn't think of Bojack. And it's just, to me, I know it's like Mr. Peanut Butter being dumb.
It's sweet.
But it's also like, it's sweet, and it's like one of the ways that typically when you're in this kind of state as a person that you can get pushed out of it is when someone, says something that's just the complete opposite of what your mind is thinking about yourself, right?
Yeah.
And I really did enjoy that part of it. Before that, though, we go to Felicity Huffman's house.
You warned me I believe at the end of last episode that something like this was coming, and I forgot, and I was like, oh, right. Felicity Huffman.
Wait, okay. I warned you about Felicity Huffman?
You said something. You joked something about there's a criminal in the next episode or something.
Is Felicity Huffman a criminal?
She was the cheating her kids into school thing back in like 2019.
Was she?
Yeah.
Wasn't Felicity Huffman? That was
she was involved in that.
Was she? I thought it was
there were a bunch of people, but she was one of them.
House.
It was her and Felicity Huffman, I think, were the two big ones.
Really? See, I don't know why I warned you about that, because I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, yeah, she's
maybe you brought it up and I went, oh yeah.
Maybe. I don't know, yeah. But Lori Loughlin was one of them, but the other big one was the other big one. It was like they would talk about Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman was the other big one.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. Interesting. I'm on IMDb right now, and there's one piece of trivia here that I think is really interesting and poetic. It's actually really stupid. When Bojack asked Felicity for the doll back, Mr. Peanut Butter suggests cutting the doll in two, which is a reference to the story of King Solomon being approached by two women claiming a baby, and he suggests it be cut in two.
Yeah,
the woman who begs that the baby don't be cut in half is the one he ultimately decides the baby should go to.
Okay, all right, I guess.
I think that's a reach. I think that he just said, hey, I'm trying to be like in the middle here. Let's just cut the baby in half and you'll each get a piece. Like, I don't think it had anything to do with that.
I don't know. Bojack's a very intelligent individual.
It's a very intelligent show, yeah.
Yeah, you have to have a high IQ in order to really understand it.
What we find out is Felicity Huffman has lived under Bojack for 15 years and has had regurgitated cotton candy and lit cigarettes and all this stuff off his deck come down. So she's mad. But what he says, she's a big fan, and he's like, I hope there's no follow-up questions. And she says, have you seen my new show, FHBA Los Angeles?
I don't.
And
yeah.
She asked him to do an arc for Sweeps, and they agree, like, yeah, if you give me the baby, I will, right? Or Mr. Peanut Butter says it.
Okay,
What do you think this show is, Sean?
I have no idea. FHBA.
FHBA Los Angeles.
So having the Los Angeles, so the Los Angeles thing kind of gives vibes of like an NCIS type show or something like that.
Right. That's I think that's what you're intended to believe.
I was going to say it could be that, or it could be like Real Housewives of blah, 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 like.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm not certain.
I think, well, because it's Felicity Huffman, it's like, this is probably like a show, right? Not like a reality show.
Yeah.
But it's clear Bojack doesn't know what it is, right?
Yeah.
And we don't know what it is, and we are going to find out very soon. This wasn't just a throwaway with Felicity Huffman. We are going to see more of a parent criminal.
Oh.
Felicity Huffman.
Okay. I'm excited.
Bojack and Mr. Peanut Butter go to the bar, and we kind of already talked about that scene, but they have the baby, but they don't go back because he's like, hey, I'm going to fuck this up again. And then
the last thing I want to say about the bar scene is that it's nice to see Mr. Peanut Butter from Bojack's perspective as a little bit of a break in the season, because we've been seeing him a lot from Diane's perspective, and it's not a very complimentary view.
No. No, I agree.
I think sometimes you forget that he is seemingly at his heart a pretty good dude.
He says this line here. Look, Bojack, I don't know a lot about balancing a state budget. Or how a bill becomes a law, and BoJack is like, and he goes, I don't know a lot about a lot of things, but I do know everyone deserves love.
Yeah.
It's like, no one asked you if you know that, and you're running for governor, you freak.
He's going to be fine.
Yeah, he'll be all right. He'll be all right. And then the final scene of the episode, which maybe my favorite scene in the whole episode.
Okay.
We get BoJack returning the doll, and Beatrice is happy. BoJack's drunk, and Beatrice and the bear roll away, and then he sees Hollyhock out on the deck lighting matches and throwing them in the pool, and he has a moment where he's like, go talk to her first. Drink first.
Yeah.
No, you stupid alcoholic.
Yeah.
Talk to your daughter. You're ruining her. You know that, right? And he just really spirals. Your poison's already in her. Nothing you can do. And he's like, that's not true. You stupid piece of shit. That you go everywhere and you destroy people. That's why Sarah Lynn died. Your mother never loved you. Charlotte will never forgive you. What are you going to do to Hollyhock? And he just yells, shut up. Because it's spiraling out of control. It's very haunting the way they animate it. It's like, it's still in that style, but it's just like very flashing and very like intense.
Yeah.
And he walks outside to talk to her and has a seat. And she's like questioning him, like, hey, why don't you want to hang out with me? Where do you go all day? And he's like, sometimes I just sit in my car. Sometimes I go to the bar. And she's like, so you really don't want to hang out with me that bad? And he goes, hey, I'm shitty because I'm shitty. It has nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
And that seems to be like a good explanation for her.
Yeah.
Because he's like, hey, it's not your fault. And she goes, I know, but I don't always know, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes I have this tiny voice in the back of my head that goes like, hey, everyone hates you and they're not wrong to feel that way. And he goes, I know what you mean. The voice, that one that tells you you're worthless and stupid and ugly, it goes away, right? It's just like a dumb teenage girl thing, but then it goes away. And he goes, yeah. And this seems to bring her some peace. But what we've been shown this whole episode is it does not go away.
Yeah.
It's not something that leaves you as you become an adult. If anything, it gets worse.
Yeah. And that's not gonna help BoJack. This idea that I can see this going down the line of, I think he's going to blame himself for her having problems.
Yeah. I mean, he already kind of has, right?
He already kind of has, yes. But even the explicit acknowledgement that she is experiencing what you would probably describe as like depressive thoughts is, I don't think, something that he exactly knew for certain. And I think that he's going to take that on himself a lot.
Would you say that he said the right thing to her in that moment?
No. He is not preparing her for what is to come, which is like the role of a parent. I don't think him saying, yeah, it goes away is the right thing to say there.
What he did is similar to what Hollyhock was doing with Beatrice by giving her this baby and giving her peace, right?
Yeah. Just kind of appeasing, right? Or
just appeasing and going,
or playing along.
Yeah, it goes away. But I just think that's such a to me, this episode had to have been written backwards from that moment. Right?
Yeah.
Like it's just such a, satisfying's the wrong word because it makes you feel terrible, but it's such a well done end to everything this episode built to from the BoJack part of it, right? And man, every time I watch it, like I was just like watching it because I was scrolling through the episode as we were talking.
Yeah.
And it just hits me, man. It's just it's
so good.
So well done. But yeah, that's where the episode ends, is him saying yeah, and then she kind of smiles a bit, and the camera pans out, and then the credits. Yeah, just really good.
Hard watch.
Ha ha ha! Funny horse show. Ha ha ha!
Funny horse show. Difficult watch.
Funny horse show. Sean, what? Let's see the categories. What was your? I don't remember what the first category is.
What was your favorite? It's favorite animal-based joke. That's it.
Mine was the old caterpillar outside the management firm. And he
Okay,
had a
yeah,
walker that had like 6 or 8 legs on it, and it had
yeah,
all the tennis balls on the bottom. I
yeah,
liked that a
yeah.
lot.
I like Rutabaga constantly slicking back his ears.
Yeah, because they perk up when he gets
Yeah,
excited, and
yeah,
then yeah. No,
yeah.
that's a really fun animation for him.
What was your favorite bit overall?
This episode is not very
It's
bit
not
heavy.
very. Yeah, I have one.
You go ahead.
I really like the capturing Meryl Streep in a
Yeah,
box.
yeah, that's a good one.
That's really funny.
I I don't know if it's a specific bit, but I like how they packed so much Mr. Peanut Butter into a very small amount of screen time
Mm-hmm.
with the like, what is this? So will I like his just constant like peanut butterisms, and
Yeah,
I really like the Take Me Home Tonight Eddie Money one. I that one, and they really just pack a lot of Mr. Peanut Butter in very short amount of screen time. So I'll give it to
yeah,
that.
yeah. And then favorite quote.
It's tough to pick in this one because so much of his inner monologue is so
Yeah.
impactful. But I'm gonna just say the end that we just went through
Okay.
with him and Hollyhock. I think that's my favorite part of the episode.
I'll go a funnier route. I really liked because it felt like the really only out of or one of the only out of pocket jokes in the episode, but it that's a thing that I really enjoy about this show is when he's talking about his mother and he's like, yeah, you get really regressive ideas about immigrants out of her.
Was the baby dipped in scotch or cigarettes
Yeah.
or really regressive ideas about immigrants?
Yeah, I really like that one.
That's a it's crazy to think about BoJack, and I know he's not a real person. And we didn't mention this, but Will Arnett absolutely kills this episode. Just a great performance. Like the inner monologue stuff cannot be easy to act.
He's incredible.
He nails it. But
I so frequently forget that it's Will Arnett, and it's not like I don't know who Will Arnett is, you know?
Right.
Like I've watched all of Arrested Development, and obviously he's in more than that, but to me he'll always be Job.
Yeah, you definitely lose him in the BoJack character, 100%.
Yeah.
I think that's true for most of the characters in the show. Like I don't think of Aaron Paul when I think of Todd.
Yeah, no, me neither.
And I love Aaron Paul.
Yeah.
But he's Todd, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Ben Schwartz. I think Rutabaga, I'm like, that's Ben Schwartz, right?
Yeah. Diane also.
Yeah, Allison Brie.
Especially
not at all who I think of.
I've been in like the last week binging Community again, a show that I watch at least once a year all the way through. And so I've been watching a lot of Allison Brie. I'm like halfway through the second season after only having been watching for like a week. So I've watched like 33 episodes of this show in the last week. And still when she pops up in this, I wasn't like, oh yeah, it's Annie. I was like, oh yeah, Diane.
Next episode we are going to watch, maybe in 6 months from now, is called Underground.
Yes.
Mr. Peanut Butter's posh campaign fundraiser takes a terrifying turn as chaos rolls around them. BoJack and Diane get drunk.
I'm sure that is going to go terribly.
Out of 10.
Okay. BoJack and Diane getting drunk is a bad idea.
It's definitely a back to funny haha horse show episode.
Okay. Yeah.
And I will tease one thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Braff is in this episode.
Ooh, okay.
And he plays a character named famous actor Zach Braff.
Okay.
So I hope you will please look forward to that.
I do look at the season and I do see an episode coming up with the title of it's all lowercase.
Loving that Cali lifestyle.
Yeah. I'm very curious about that one. That one of my favorite show of all time is Barry on HBO. And something that show does that I really like is as the show goes on, you start to notice that if an episode has no capital letters in the title, it's gonna be pretty crazy. And then by the end of the show, there's just no capital letters in any of the episode titles because, things have gotten really, really bad.
Well, Loving That Cali Lifestyle is a good episode.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not the exact, I'm sure it's not that, but I like it when, I guess my point being, I like it when shows play with the formatting of titles.
The episode after that one is called Time Zero, and it is a 9.8 out of 10.
And I recognize the phrase.
Yes,
I'm very excited.
Time's arrow marches forward.
I'm very excited.
Anyway,
yeah.
I agree to end the episode. What do we say? What do we do?
I know.
I think we just say bye and then you say suck a dick, dumb shit.
Yeah, we just say thanks for listening. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys, for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Hopefully this season comes out soon to all our Bojackers.
Yeah.
Shout outs to our Bojackers.
I think if it doesn't, we'll be killed. So it's gotta get done.
I mean, if it doesn't come out soon, it'll be Nutty Professor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, that'd be pretty fucking Nutty Professor.
That'd be pretty Nutty Professor. Anyway, goodbye, everybody. Love you.
Suck a dick, dumb shits.
Bye. Donald, Goofy, you're my Ganbu.
Now I really want to
Well, gee, Sora, thanks. I think you're my Ganbu, too.
Oh, no. Oh, no, they're in the games. Goofy's like, I've played these games before.